What's good, everybody? It's your boy. Um, so I've got Resident Evil Revelations 2 to talk about and why. Well, let me put it in the simplest terms. On the PSN, they have Revelations 2, the first episode, um, for free. And I figured, why not? Sorry, I've been playing Batman all night, and I figured I'd give it a break. And my break of it was to try the new Revelations. And it's only new to me because I honestly have not played anything beyond Revelations 1 on the 3DS. I haven't played the ports. I don't care to play ports. I want to play it on its original home, and that's the 3DS. Now, why did it take so long for me to play Revelations 2 of any kind? Because, well, when it was first released, especially digitally, they basically released it in episode form, like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, however many episodes there are. They released it like that on the PSN, and I was like, I'm not spending so much money on episode. I want one thing, and I want it all at one time. That way I can go through and play it, see if I like it. And, well, I've got the first episode for free due to the PSN, and they were just giving it away. I don't know if it's the month thing. I don't know why they're doing it that way. I don't really care either. Now, the reason I want to talk about it, and I know I just spent like 2 minutes yammering on for no fucking reason about it, but is because I still don't know if this game did anything. Like, I don't know if it's sold, I don't know if it collected dust on store shelves, I don't know if people ran out and bought it and took it back like they did Resident Evil 5. I don't know if it's just gonna become a collector's thing like Resident Evil 6, where people are like, I have it but don't play it. And the main reason I say that is because while I'm playing this game, and I've been playing it, yes, I just put like, say about 30 minutes into it and just beat the first chapter. Um, I'm gonna take the, I guess what you would call the high road or the low road. I don't even care which one you want to call this. This one's better. This one is way better. And I've said this before, and I will say this again. You can say what you want about Nintendo, say what you will, but I have a theory when it comes to, these are all GameCube games. I have a theory when it comes to Nintendo, and it's a theory when it comes to Nintendo and Resident Evil. And I think I just bent the shit out of this. Anyway, here's Resident Evil 4 on the Wii. And I sure did pull a game out that has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Okay. So, alright. My theory on Resident Evil and Nintendo goes to say, Resident Evil and Nintendo, here's what I'm going to say. It's a theory, just a theory. I'm not stating it's true. You could call it conspiracy if you want to. Go for it. I don't give a fuck. But my theory is this. We're going back to Nintendo 64. Resident Evil 2 is released on Nintendo 64. It's a great title. Whether you like the Nintendo 64 version or not, I love the Nintendo 64. It's one of my all-time favorite systems. It is number one. Super Nintendo is number two. And I was fighting for that. I was fighting over that for so long to decide which one was number one, which was number two. And I decided Nintendo 64 was number one. And that's only because I actually enjoy a lot of Nintendo 64 titles. I have more Nintendo 64 titles than Super Nintendo titles. That's why. Now back to my point of the Resident Evil games. Okay, this is the only game on the Nintendo 64, and that's just because at the time of the release and all that, I believe if they wanted to, they would have added more, but this was the Nintendo 64's Resident Evil, and it was really good. Um, Now then, we move on up to the GameCube, and the GameCube library of Resident Evil is substantial. There are 6, I have 5. The one I'm missing is Resident Evil Code Veronica X. And here's where we get lost in Resident Evil, and we see Resident Evil really shine. We have Resident Evil 0, its own entry for GameCube, Nintendo. Resident Evil 0. A prequel, really good prequel. Resident Evil. Resident Evil Remastered. Not Sony's, Nintendo's. Resident Evil Remastered expands the mansion in every way possible, introduces us to super zombies for the first time, which the only way you can kill them is with a knife to the neck. They run, and everything is completely different. Same shitty story, meaning they still have the bullshit lines of, I hope this isn't Chris's blood, but still. Resident Evil 2 Remaster, bam, right here. Nothing changed, updated graphics, it's still the same game. Here it is again. Again, it's its own, like I said, it's a good game. I don't have it on PlayStation just because I enjoy Nintendo. Resident Evil 3, their remake of it. And again, it's a good game, nothing really too technical, just updated graphics, tweaks here and there. Same story. And then bam, the masterpiece, Resident Evil 4. And I said it's 5 games, I'm missing one, and that's Resident Evil Code Veronica X. If I ever get a GameCube, or not a GameCube, I have GameCube, what the fuck am I talking about? If I ever get a Dreamcast, I will get Code Veronica on the Dreamcast as well as the GameCube, because I like the original copy as much as the remake, just to have both of them. Now, like I was saying, here we see Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. Now, why do I bring this up? This is where I believe the conspiracy kicks in. Conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it. Notice, Resident Evil 4 is on the Wii. Resident Evil 4 was on the PS2. Resident Evil 4 was on a lot of systems. Resident Evil 5 was only on the PS3 and the 360. Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Far Cry, there was a Far Cry on the Wii. There was quite a few games that were shared amongst the Wii and the 360 and the PS3. I know people don't like to admit this, but there were quite a few. So Resident Evil 5 could have made it to the Wii. Resident Evil 6 could have made it to the Wii. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City could have gone to the Wii. But this is why I say it didn't, because Nintendo only puts quality Resident Evil games on their systems. Quality Resident Evil systems. You know, the games, Resident Evil, they have to be quality games. Has to be a good product for Nintendo. Has to be good. And no, Resident Evil Revelations, PS4, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, and the 360, all got it. Wii U didn't see a port. The original Wii didn't see a port. People want to say, oh, it's because it's too much, it's too much, it's too much, it's too... No. This game got ported to everything. And it started on a handheld. Nintendo wants a quality product. And like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Resident Evil 2 Revelations is pure shit. It looks good. It's pretty. But when you measure it up, it falls flat. So I think that's what it is. I think when you look at everything, when you put the facts out there, I think Nintendo and Capcom have this complicated relationship. They're like, we have to approve your product before we put it on our system. We have to give the final okay. We have to approve not only graphics, but we have to approve your story, because we're not gonna just allow you to produce shit and put it on our system. Now, you can disagree with this, you can agree with it, I don't care, I'm just giving you my opinion. But I truly believe that the reason Revelations 2, the reason 5, and the reason 6. The reason 5 wasn't on the Wii is because it was one of the most turned around Resident Evils of all time. Don't believe me, go look. And tell me the last time you walked into a GameStop when you just barely walked past that bitch with a light breeze, all them bitches didn't fall off the fucking shelves until it got over to the $5.99 bin, which was damn fast for a Resident Evil game. But I digress. It was one of the highest returned Resident Evils for a Resident Evil game. Even this game is still hard to come by. And no, this is not the only one. You have Resident Evil Zero Wii Edition. You have Resident Evil Wii Edition. You have Darkside Chronicles, Umbrella Chronicles. There's like 4 or 5 of these on the Wii, including this one. You have 4. So you have Resident Evil 4, you have Resident Evil 0, you have Resident Evil 1, you have Resident Evil Darkside, and you have Resident Evil Umbrella. That's 5 Resident Evil games on the Wii. And they're all quality products. So, and again, Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside Chronicles play like Survivors back in the day. They're first-person shooters. So when you think, oh, they're not getting on the Wii because the Wii sucks, just remember, Black Ops 1 and 2 are both available on the Wii, 2 on the Wii U, 1 is on the Wii, Modern Warfare 3 is on the Wii, granted it's called Reflux, but it's on the Wii nonetheless, so think before people judge that shit. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about it because, again, I hadn't played it till tonight, and playing it, I realized that the more I play Resident Evil games, the more I'm starting to believe that Nintendo has this contract with Capcom saying we have to approve your Resident Evils for you to put them on our systems. And I don't think that's a bad thing because a lot of Resident Evil games suck. A lot of them. And the ones that suck don't make it to Nintendo. And I think Nintendo has a final say in that. So, I mean, I'm gonna start, I've said I'm going back to Nintendo, and that's because Nintendo makes quality products and they release quality product games. So, say what you want to on my theory, say it's conspiracy all you want to. Anyway, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I just wanted to make that real quick note. Let me know what you think. Thumbs it up, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. I'm always thinking of new shit, putting out new material. We can get into debates, whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. And I'll see you on next video. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you soon. Deuces.